look who I found, Janet. It is Ivan Ruiz.
Yes,
Have
correct.
I said that right?
Yes, that was perfect. I couldn't say it any better than you.
We practiced for 5 minutes.
Okay, that's good.
Well, we would like to know how you are feeling right now. I know that this event, this Gala 3-day event, has taken you a long time to plan this.
Yes, it is almost a year. I'm even sweating, as you can see in my face. It's been a very long day, and it's almost like having a baby. You know, you're just waiting for the last minute to come out, and I hope it will be beautiful and healthy. So that's what we want. The idea started at about October, November. To have just some friends in here and have a good time with chef and sommeliers. And then, the market crashed. We have a lot of other problems. So in January, we were walking around with one of the somebody in town, and we saw a lot of stores closing. So the idea grew from there that maybe we can do something for Summit instead of just being friends and sommeliers coming in and chefs. So the idea started very small and keep growing and growing and growing and growing until we have 46 chefs, 50 sommeliers, and 75 wineries. And a sold-out event. We are completely sold out for the 3 days. We don't have any room, and we're even nervous if some of our guests, VIPs we invited, show up, where we're going to put them. So it's been a very rewarding experience.
Well, the city of Summit is really thrilled that you have brought this to our town. And I see the backdrop. We have a lot of names here. Perhaps, can you describe?
Sure. Well, we
them
have
to us?
pretty much about 52 sponsors. We got to thank them because that's the only reason why we have what we have today. We have a lot of different, I don't want to mention any because I want to make sure I don't mention ones to another ones. But one that we got to be very grateful is the Grand Summit Hotel. Yes. They've been very gracious to us. They let us host the event, and we get to pay later. So not many people do that. So we want to say a big thank you to them. And we also have, of course, the Wine List of Summit, which is my store, which we sponsor a lot of the wines, a lot of events, and a lot of the hard work we've been doing in the past.
And then I found out that the proceeds will be going to some charitable events in town.
We have a portion of the proceeds. We're trying to cover the cost first, which has been very difficult this year. After that, the proceeds will go to Overlook Foundation, Sage for the Elder Care, Susan J. Coleman for breast cancer, and I'm missing one, and Red Cross of
American Red Cross. American Red Cross.
Correct.
Well, we are all excited about this. This is Friday night, the opening night, and I know that everyone has a little jitters. I can feel the excitement in the air.
Yes, it is, and we expect a lot of people. We probably do close to 300 people today, so it will be very exciting. We're ready for everybody, so we just expect that everything goes smooth as we plan it.
Well, Janet, do you have any questions to ask Ivan?
Well, the excitement is palpable. We've seen chefs flutter by. We've seen sommeliers. We've seen some of the wineries setting up their wines. And we want to go in and kind of check it out. Is that all right with you,
Yes,
Ivan?
of course, yeah. And we'll have a lot of fun. And make sure if anybody give you any problems, come and see me, please.
I don't think anyone will give us any problems. We know the boss.
Enjoy it.
Janet, this is a wine that I experienced a year ago at a friend's house in Soho. It's a Malbec, but now we have the expert who could tell me something about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
And you are?
My name is Jorge Liloy. I work for Winebo, and I represent these wines from South America.
And you were telling us off camera that tomorrow you're going to have a demonstration and you're going to teach all about the different grapes.
Yes, I will talk to you about the main grape from Argentina. It's Malbec. Many people might not know it or they hear of it, but they're afraid to try it because they're not used to seeing it, like Pinot Noir or Cabernet Sauvignon. And it's actually a very beautiful grape, very versatile. It goes with, of course, steak because it's from Argentina, but it can also work with white meats and things like that. Just because of the texture, it's a beautiful, beautiful
Now,
wine.
I have a question to ask you. The first time I had a Malbec, it had a little like a bubbly. Now, is this true of all Malbecs?
No, it's not. Probably that was a very young wine. And when wines are very young, they have a little bit of residual CO2, and maybe you get a little fizz. But most of our wines, or the ones that we're presenting tonight and tomorrow, these are a little older, and they're aged, and they're very complex. I really want to show people what Malbec is, and I want people to fall in love with it.
Don't you just love that? A complex wine. It's like us, complicated.
Well, we are complicated, and you can see, I know nothing about wine, but Paula, I'm in good company because you know everything about wine.
Well, I'm trying to be a wine enthusiast.
The complexity is actually when you utilize all your senses, even from the The time that you see the wine is beautiful color, the taste, the aroma, and all that balance really gives you a lot of pleasure when you're drinking the wine. That's
It
why-
combines for an experience. You said it. It's an experience. Now, let me ask you, not being a connoisseur of wine, this is kind of intimidating. If I were to go into a store, which one would I choose?
Well, the one I work with, which is Catena. Actually, Catena, Bodega Catena Zapata, is the leader of Malbec in South America. I will say it's the Malbec that made Malbec known. They set up a good standard on quality, and actually that helped the country on increasing the quality of the wines. Everybody wants to make wine like they are. So
Well,
Argentina
thank-
makes
thank-
beautiful wines.
Thank you so much, but I have to learn now about other wine.
Thank you very much. We are here today. The only person I have to thank big time, not only for my wine shop, the Wine Lisa Summit on Springfield Avenue, but also to be able to host this event or this whole festival over here at the Grand Summit Hotel is Mr. Marshall Weineman. I want you to say a few things to everybody out there and tell us how do you feel about everything else?
Well, I can only say that it's the greatest of my pleasure to be a supporter of Ivan. Ivan started at the Grand Summit Hotel
In 1983?
1983.
I started my career in the restaurant business
Yeah.
here. You know, it's been a
So-
long journey after that, yes.
So at any rate, he came a long way, and we've always been supportive of him.
Yes.
And whether it be at the hotel or outside the hotel, and now that the wine list in downtown, which is a multi-million-dollar operation, and,
kind of.
and we couldn't have a better, finer, more knowledgeable person than Ivan Ruiz to be our host, spokesman, and wine connoisseur.
I'm blushing already. See, you're making me blushing here.
No, don't blush.
I'm usually the one who has all the words. I just want to say thank you very much. And we're here at the Grand Summit Hotel, and we expect over 300 people today, and it will be a fantastic show. Thanks.
I'm here with Michael, the head chef from the restaurant La Tour, and this looks beautiful. I don't know what it is, but it looks beautiful.
This is actually the first time that we really feature the Mangalitsa pig. It's really a pig which was imported a few years ago from Hungary to the US and it's been breeded in the US. It's the first one really we've been serving since we be able to buy the pig. It's locally raised in northern New Jersey by us in Hamburg or Branchville. And it's really the pig itself is very high on fat. But the fat is very healthy. It's monosaturated fat, which is considered a very, very healthy fat. And that's basically what we did over here. We did a schmaltz, which is a rendered pork fat, which we added some caramelized onion, caramelized apples, and parsley to it. And we serve it tonight on a raisin pecan bread. Very tasty, very flavorful. We just finished up with a little bit fried Pine Island onions. And so when you taste it, you really get you don't get when you think of fat, you don't get that flavor. You get the flavor of the onions, the apples, the fat, tremendously flavorful.
Now, Chef, I have a question to ask you. What would you pair this with, a white or a red?
You know, that's a very good question because we've been debating that a lot in the restaurant. We've been talking about that the fat would pair with an excellent German Riesling. And
I have a Riesling.
and
right
the
in my
meat,
hand.
which is more beef-like-ish.
Then you must have something to eat.
The beef actually, the flavor of the pork, it almost has like a beef kind of texture, where we would go with a really nice heavy Burgundy or something really great vintage there.
Well, I think a nice Riesling, and I'm tasting one from Washington State, might pair very nicely.
I think you need to try one, Paula.
Should I try this one? Oh,
Very nice. Very nice.
oh, it's a little salty. I could taste the saltiness.
Just to kind of break that off a little bit, but it's